Hello and welcome back. Today we are playing the empire that the sun never sets on, the United Kingdom in Victoria 3. Last episode we picked a pretty big fight here with Russia and Austria, although we are so big that any big fight is really kind of like fighting a toddler. You know, they can bite your ankles, but really there's no way we lose this war. But we have been thinking, or talking the last couple episodes, about where we want the direction of this round to go. Do we want to go for a world conquest? Do we just want to try and pick up, you know, the anarchy achievement as quickly as possible? And I've decided, with 1.2 coming out, as well as the news of the beta coming out, as I'm recording this is Friday, after news of the beta has come out, and so what I'm going to try and do is make this run longer, and then I think I'm going to axe the Armenia run. Although by now the Armenian run will be already axed, I suppose. And so this is where things are going. So we are going to be trying and playing as if we are going for a world conquest. I still don't think it's possible just because of the amount of wars you have to declare, the volume of wars, unless I'm misunderstanding some mechanic. But to that end, what we're going to do is we're going to do a lot more incorporation wars. And the reason for this is one thing that can break your ability to do world conquests is if any of your subjects have a revolution and you get stuck in it for a while. Like, for example, we are in Transvaal's revolution. This can break your ability to declare wars. The game doesn't let you fight multiple wars at once right now. I think this is just, like, a terrible thing. I think if the game did, world conquests would be incredibly easy. But because the game doesn't, they're actually incredibly hard. And so we will be taking an unpause and starting to fight. Also, I didn't want to do Victoria dirty. Is kind of the biggest thing. Ooh, I don't mind the idea of giving the Industrialists some approval for a temporary period of time. I don't know who this, this is an interesting event. Alright, I don't know who this guy is, though. Okay, I don't care about him. So I think I want this approval group, or we could get this guy to have... No. I think I want the approval. I think I want to regain the bonus of job creators. Where was I? I was in the middle of something. Also, yeah, so we'll do this for now. The role Honest Work gets deactivated. Honest Work's a pretty good bonus, but we are getting, you know, the double bonus from the Industrialists and just the regular bonus from, you know, the rural folk. But I thought to myself, you know, I don't want to dethrone Victoria, after whom the game is named, just in order to try and get Anarchy in the USA achievement faster, or sorry, in the UK. Once we go, let's see, Anarchy, we get an achievement. In the UK, I think Anarchy generally sucks, and so I don't think it's worth going generally. I think, and so, like, if we're trying to do a world conquest, you know, we shouldn't do that. Also, last episode, we got a nice little bug. Or they still haven't fixed this, where you can build, you know, 51 levels of Skyscraper at once. Which, of course, will get throughput from Big Ben and max economies of scale throughput. We'll see if it gets economies of scale throughput. If it does, this will be a little bit of a meme for us. And we, of course, are also trying to, you know, completely close off the Congo, even though we've, like, pretty much already closed off the Congo. This is something we're working on. Wow, we're going to lose a sea battle. Crazy. I know we're landing in a couple places. I think this actually bodes poorly for our landing. Because I assume this is our landing attempt. We just have a way bigger navy, I guess. We swapped PMs, like, right before going to battle. Or right before it popped off. Mainly because I was concerned I would forget to swap PMs. But now, obviously, I haven't forgotten. But eventually, we'll wind up to the trench warfare. And we'll just try and get a couple landings done and push into both Austria and Russia's capital in order to enforce here. As a kind of general heuristic. Or idea. We are... what am I doing with this shift button nonsense? This is, I think it's starting to it's starting to devolve into a control button thing. So... That should be enough tooling workshops for now. suppose I do want... Clothing's usually pretty good, pretty profitable. No, it's not profitable now. I guess we've overbuilt it. Engines aren't very good. Power's good. Why don't we just add 5 everywhere? Here I am talking shit on the shift button. And then in my very next sentence I proceed to be like, 5 seems like a good number. But yeah. Very excited about the 1.2 changes, you know, that we've just read about. Obviously, in talking about this now, you can understand that there's about a week lag between when I record a video and when I upload. This is because I want to upload consistently, and I'm not, like, playing super consistently. Okay, so I think we're done trying to enact this for now. Elected bureaucrats will have to wait. And so we are starting to get, we're starting to get to a standard of living where wealth voting is not cutting people off from voting anymore. In which case, you know, starting to progress towards census suffrage makes sense. Because if you see here, we can take a look at a couple of these. It gives political strength for loads, +1 government size allowance. We have similar looking stuff, except census suffrage gives a smaller government ideology penalty. It does make it so you have to have the winner in government more, but that's not too big a problem. And I think it's the total clout possible is 140 on both. Yep, that is the case. But we could even go universal suffrage, which gives the +1 government size allowance, and it doesn't have the penalty from government clout. And it has 135 total, but like the benefit of wealth voting, right, is that it allows you to keep the industrialists powerful for longer. But we are getting to the point, I guess we're not quite there yet. 25 is still the threshold, but once the lower strata passes 25, this doesn't provide this restriction that you like, and then it becomes a matter of, do you want this 100 authority, or do you want some of the benefits from universal suffrage? It's just something to think about. We're about to enforce on Transvaal. We get our landing off here. I think we failed to land, yeah, we did. So these guys, we instead will have land here in Sweden's capital with the guy, Miles Gordon. We enforce on Transvaal. Our guys will head on over to the front. And Frederick Mackenzie is landing with the 80 stack. And so we will have the 80 stack try and land Austria now, which should be fairly productive. Been a little minute since we played this one. I'm gonna look around a little. Okay, so we can expand the cotton plantations here. Looking to enjoy a nice throughput bonus. We do have it on auto expand. And let's try and expand in the places we took off of Portugal a little. The reason being, they have a lot of radicalism there. So if we give them some jobs, maybe they won't be so radical, man. Then also maybe play a little bit of whack-a-mole here. The infrastructure. That way we're just making sure everywhere can auto-expand. I do think, well, we talked about it, but we did incorporate parts of Portugal. We incorporated two of the three Portuguese states. We didn't incorporate this one because it has a ton of resources, and we'd kind of rather get the throughput bonus on these, but we incorporated this one and this one, which doesn't have much in the way of resources. It has some arable land, and so it will be able to attract a lot of people, and we also are building up the industries here. I think we do want a different industry here, except you're not anywhere near being able to employ anything. So I guess do you have a high migration attraction? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Okay. We're somehow making money. Seconds ago, we were just hemorrhaging it. The Charist party wins, as per usual. I think that... Well, it's hard to go wrong with tools, but we are already making quite a bit of tools. We will just 51 it here, set it on auto expand, and then give a bunch of extra rails. And that might be the problem they have a hard time, or the reason they have a hard time employing is because of the rails. Now, it looks like Frederick Mackenzie got his little landing. So let's try and use this guy here. I think Dalmatia is generally softer. Brown is really big, so we'll try and see if we can land here. And then push into Austria. We do land on the cap, which of course will pull a lot of guys out. So we will move several over here and try and enforce on Russia. We have trench, so it's pretty hard for them to push us around, but they're doing it. So we're gonna gain a little bit of ground, but we'll see what happens. We are trying to kind of try to win all fronts at once. We're floating a lot of excess bureaucracy as well. I wish there was something useful we could do with it. We're kind of increasing all of our institutions to max level already, except for Social Security, we're kind of leery of. Let's take a look at our government. So we don't want to piss off the industrialists with any law passed right now, because we are enjoying this 20% capitalist contribution increase. We're getting a huge amount, you know, from the transfer, which doesn't cover all the construction goods. So kind of happy to keep getting that. And so that's the main reason we won't switch to, like, let's say, not workers' protections, old age pension at this moment. We can't really do anything that they would like. Certainly not going down to a different, like, voting. Although it looks like, nope, they wouldn't like that. Protected speech is not particularly attractive. The reason being is we're not benefiting too much from technology spread. Like, a lot of times it's kind of just bricked. Right now it's only going on military. And we are actually kind of researching ahead of time various techs in order to try and make sure that we are getting that bonus. Because if we research ahead of time, which is normally inefficient, what this will allow us to do is it will allow us to try and get the bonus, you know, by researching the technology inefficiently, because normally you want to do all the tier 4 techs before you do any tier 5 techs. By doing that, we allow someone else to catch up, which allows us to get technology spread from their catch up. Like, no one has trench warfare except for us right now, which is a huge PM. And so kneecapping Russia and Austria right now just feels very, very good. Also, I know I have a lot of Romanian viewers. If I'm not mistaken, we're liberating Transylvania for you guys. And we construct a skyscraper, but, and we get this event. Dun, 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 dun. Except we build 51, and they do benefit from economies of scale. So this gives plus 128% government administration throughput. Disgusting. Now we could make it a trade nexus and do plus 1200 trade route volume. I have to imagine this breaks the game. I mean, this is already broken. Like, this is a bug. You're supposed to only be able to build one level of skyscraper. We're just going to watch this number shoot into infinite, actually. And we'll have unlimited bureaucracy for the rest of the game. But what I'll probably do is I'll probably delete these after we get the memes. But we did build level 51 skyscraper. I think you can, it just lets you queue multiple at once. Although this is going to be really expensive, actually, as well. In terms of, but look at this. It's giving plus 300%. Look at this. It's 20k. It's not even, it's a fourth employee. We're gonna get up to like 50k here. Disgusting. Alright, let's put some more stuff in the queue. So, I think, well, let's not add new industries. Let's just, you know, 10 a bunch of places. Just tap them with the 10. Should be fine. Also nice and quick. They're still finding employment. I mean, it's also increasing the price of wages here, but so look at the throughput bonus. Because we're getting it from the skyscraper. Ooh. Such a stupid bug. So the way it works is you can't expand it normally, but you can when you're initially building them, you can build as many as you want. Oh, paper. I didn't even realize. This is gonna make very expensive paper. Why don't we make one of you guys make paper? Casual 50,000 excess bureaucracy. We had political agitation, which I think we were just researching for the quality of life there, in terms of not having to do this. But we will also lower government wages a little bit, and then I don't even know what we want here. It's kind of tough. I mean, we're going to go. I guess we're going to deficit spend, so maybe we're supposed to go this. I could also do a Zeppelin for the memes. To try and ensure we get tech spread for the foreseeable future, we could also go paved roads, which is ahead of time tech, and the construction sector mass level is kind of nice. Yeah, let's just do paved roads. Seems a little inefficient. I think this makes it so next episode we can just go mega huge amounts of construction, and that'll be good. We kind of want the rural folk to stay with some amount of clout. I don't think we need to bolster the trade unionists anymore. So let's stop. And let's just suppress these guys down into nothingness. Continue on our merry way. I hope we are getting close to... Yes! Yes, yes, yes. We've been hoping for one of these for a while. Also for our camera to... I don't know why our camera keeps getting out of focus sometimes. Because it's a little out of focus. But we've been hoping for a feminist. A worthy cause. And now we will go women's suffrage. Who hates it? The Intelligentsia? How dare you? Yeah, let's go women's suffrage, baby. A worthy cause. Trying to get it to focus correctly. Alright, looks like it's kind of better. Is this fully deployed yet? Imploded. Yeah, look at this. Oh, baby, are we gonna hit 69,000 excess bureaucracy? Please let it happen. No. Well, we could spend bureaucracy somewhere, right? Look at this, 100,000 worth of paper costs. Paper's so expensive. We're the number of the beast up in this bizzle. We're gonna turn it down, but I think we're gonna turn it down to 1, where it should be, if the game weren't bugged. But I want the memes. We will incorporate South Angola, I guess. Oh, we can't because it's still a colony. We won't turn it on yet. It's gonna take 20 years, but you know what? That's fine. Northern Cape. There's a lot of resources for me to want to incorporate. Oh, this place has coal. Never mind, just kidding. Don't want to incorporate you. Well, we could just incorporate someplace big and then cancel it, right? Memes. You know what I mean? Picking up what I'm putting down here. Bugged out skyscrapers. God bless. Yeah, this bug's been in here for so long too. Like it's you know, it's such a it's this very silly bug. It just makes it so you can get like this super overtuned skyscraper thing. It's only 5 years, but we still don't want to incorporate all that stuff. And then let's fix things. If we can? Oh, we can't delete the skyscrapers? Jesus. We actually don't want to run like 70,000 excess bureaucracy because we're paying for it. Oh, this is so silly. Oh, God. I don't want to play with the 51 skyscraper. I 100,000 worth of paper. 51 throughput. Check this out. Look at this throughput bonus. That's fire. Absolute fire. You thought you had a big throughput bonus when you had 100%, 110%? Get out of here. It's really all about the 1,976 throughput bonus. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make this like a little standalone meme, I guess. Because I think this will, well, I don't think it'll be unplayable, but it's just really pointless and weird and gamey. Like, we'll just randomly have enough bureaucracy to really just incorporate everywhere at will, right? And we shouldn't have this because we shouldn't have 1,900, you know, 1,900 throughput bonus on, our, look at how much we're spending on paper. Because the throughput bonus also increases the number of inputs. We're inputting 21,000 paper into this thing. Like this, we're 680 paper. 21k. I think it's funny these things also benefit from from throughput. For we'll get some little double dipping action, but yeah, we can't run this. So, hope you enjoyed this short little snippet. I guess I'll try and trim it a little bit, but welcome to the bug land, where you can, skyscrapers are still bugged. You can still build up as many as you want. I guess, like, okay, so 51's not a good number, but, like, I don't know what number is the best to do if you're, like, trying to game it. I guess maybe, well, I guess I don't know. 10 or something would probably be pretty solid. If you're actually looking to try and min-max, I suppose that, this makes, elected bureaucrats a lot worse. Normally elected bureaucrats is pretty good. But when you don't have to worry about the institution cost because you're going to be covering that, and what you instead have to worry about is, insufficient tax capacity in all the places that don't have the uber huge skyscraper. Also, the AI builds like 5 skyscrapers, so the AI is cheating too, but that's a different thing. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the bug. I will be reloading and starting a new episode.